welcome you to this round table on the art and science of developing leaders, presented by BIMTech in association with the National HRD Network and our knowledge partner, Aeon Pune. I am Manashi Chaudhary, Associate Professor with BIMTech, and I am your anchor for the evening. Before we proceed, I have a small request to make. Kindly put your cell phones onto silent mode. On behalf of the organizers, we would like to thank each one of you for the overwhelming response we got for this evening event today. We would also like to thank NDTV Profit for coming on board with us as our TV partner for the event. Last year, we conducted similar roundtables in Gurgaon, Chennai, Mumbai, and Kolkata on the theme The Art and Science of Developing Leaders, with different sub-themes, and received tremendous response from the HR fraternity in all the places. While those deliberations have been compiled and placed on your tables for your ready reference, this year we are back again with another series of discussions in collaboration with our partners and panelists. We bring to you this session on the theme Leadership, the India Way, where we aim to share research from Aeon Hewitt and insights from our experienced business leaders. For Indian business leaders, the mantra has become one of creative growth in reaching millions of customers with innovative products, of helping to lift vast numbers from poverty, and of giving people of limited means what had only been available to the affluent. I would now like to invite Dr. H. Chaturvedi, Director, Birla Institute of Management Technology, to deliver the welcome note. With a master's degree in commerce and doctorate in business management from Agra University, Dr. H. Chaturvedi has more than 35 years of experience in teaching, research, and administration. As a former director with the All India Council for Technical Education, a statutory body under the Ministry of HRD, Government of India, he has been associated with the formulation of policies, planning, regulation, and control of management education, as well as other disciplines under technical education. Dr. Chaturvedi is a founder member and the alternate president of Education Promotion Society for India, a national platform for eminent educationists, education service providers, and edu entrepreneurs. He is also the president of the Alumni Association of Agra University and Ranganathan Society for Social Welfare and Library Development, Uttar Pradesh. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a matter of great pleasure that the HR Roundtable on Leadership, the India Way, presented by BIMTech in association with NHRD, Aeon Hewitt, and NDTV Profit, is being held at Pune. We are excited to be here. It is a city where one can see the traditional India and the modern India living together. It is a city which has given great leaders to our nation who have shown us the path for leading the Indian society and for shaping the idea behind the formation of India as a republic. I can remember names of great leaders like Mahadev Govind Ranade, R.G. Bhandarkar, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Jyotiba Phule, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Mahatma Gandhi was imprisoned here at Yerbada Jail and Aga Khan Palace on several occasions in his political career. The city has made tremendous progress after 1970s. And I've been told that there was a great deluge in the 60s that the whole new city was developed. Old city was almost destroyed. And now Pune is a hub for engineering, automobile, and IT industry. Well-known companies like Telco, Tata Tech Technologies, Bajaj, Bharat Forge, Kinetic, Alpha Level, Atlas, Copco, Sandvik, Thermex, General Motors, Volkswagen, and Fiat are running their manufacturing plants at Pune. The city is rightly described as Oxford of the East due to the presence of a large number of universities, colleges, research laboratories, corporate training centers, which are joined by lakhs of scholars and scientists, both from India and abroad. My compliments to all of you for living at Pune, a great city with a great legacy and bright future. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very impressive panel of speakers who bring their vast and rich leadership experience to this forum. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Ajay Soni, Asia Pacific, Practice Leader, Leadership Consulting, your Hewitt, Ms. Anjali Bias, Director HR, SKF India Limited, Mr. Bobby Kuriakoje, Director HR Forbes Marshall, Mr. Chetan Tolia, Chief People Officer, Tata Power Limited, Mr. Gajet Chandil, President Group HR, Tata Auto Com Systems Limited, and Mr. Vinod Chaturvedi, Senior VP HR, Ultratech Siemens Limited. They are known in the industry for their dedicated practice of leadership. May I request you to welcome them with a huge round of applause. In today's roundtable, the illustrious panelists will help us to figure out the Indian way of leading business. The topic is relevant for all stakeholders of business, including society, and particularly those who are responsible for leadership development in India. Our country has a way of doing business that brings together business leadership with national leadership and societal leadership. Many heads of business are deeply involved in matters from climate change, electoral reforms, to child education, and they find it entirely appropriate and even necessary to make their views on such matters public. The heads of many Indian businesses believe that national growth is essential for their own profitable expansion. Also, India has a long-standing tradition of companies committed to societal betterment through philanthropic giving and investment in infrastructure near their facilities. There are towns and cities in our country like Jamshedpur which have been developed by business houses. Indian business leaders care as much about national purpose as about financial results. They think broadly and act pragmatically, setting grand agendas and then repeatedly testing through trial and error what works and what doesn't. Emphasizing improvisation and adaptability, they stress sideways movements into areas with promising prospects, building a model of what should work by witnessing what does work. Nano can be one example where it has been innovated continuously. It has faced a lot of problems, but even then the company is continuously upgrading it, improving it, and the whole world is very curious about this car. Here I would like to draw your kind attention towards two interesting studies which have been published during recent years. I have read these two books. The first major research study has been done by professors from Wharton School. They are Peter Capelli, Harveer Singh, Jitendra Singh, and Michael Singh. It has been published by Harvard Business Press in 2010 with the title, The India Way, How India's Top Business Leaders Are Revolutionizing Management. They had approached 150 top companies in India and interviewed more than 100 CEOs and other top leaders to know whether there is an Indian way of leadership. And if yes, then how to define its distinctive features. Authors of this study have ultimately identified 4 principal practices of the Indian way of leadership. These are holistic engagement with employees, improvisation and adaptability, creative value proposition, and broad vision and purpose. Bundled together, these principles constitute a distinctive model and one that contrasts with leadership models of developed markets, especially the United States, where there is too much emphasis on delivering shareholders' value. Indian business leaders as a group place greater stress on social purpose and transcendent mission. They are able to do so by devoting special attention to overcoming innumerable barriers with creative solutions and an engaging workforce. Let me talk about another research-based publication titled In Search of Change Methods, authored by Dr. Petal Singh and Dr. Asha Bhandarkar, published in 2011 by SAFE. It documents the contribution of 7 great Indian business leaders and institution builders who had the vision and fortitude to create world-class Indian corporations. The case studies included in this book are Kumar Mangalam Birla, Sajjan Jindal, M. Damodaran, K. Kamath, Sunil Bharti Mittal, A.M. Naik, and Kiran Majumdar Shaw. Dr. Singh and Dr. Bhandarkar have highlighted the 8 driving principles of their leadership success. These are contextual sensitivity, compelling vision and purpose, winning streak, pupil connect and engagement, meaningful contribution with speed, creative destruction for transformation, evolving self, and culture architecture. Friends, you will agree with me that 21st century belongs to nations from emerging markets like India, China, Brazil, South Africa, etc. Greater integration of economies of BRICS countries will also witness in coming years transformation of many more Indian business houses into multinational corporations. While the India way of doing business has helped driving exceptional growth in companies ranging from ICICI and Infosys to Reliance and Tata, the Global Business Committee has remained remarkably unaware of both its methods and the results. So this is very symptomatic of the global management and leadership practices which are mostly North America centric. Whatever good is there, it is highlighted. Whatever failures are there, these are not highlighted. And the success of Indian leaders at global level are hardly cited except here and there. Given the success of Indian economy at a time when many Western economies are languishing, now is a good time for Western firms to take a careful look at the India way. I am thankful to Ian Druitt for suggesting this theme for us. They belong to the International Consulting Committee, and I think the leadership model or India way of leadership can be debated, deliberated here today and on many other occasions. These Indian conglomerates will also produce Indian leaders with global influence. I am hopeful that HR Roundtable will provide new insights on all of these vital issues. It is a matter of great delight to see a galaxy of corporate leaders assembled here, and also some of the eminent academicians from Pune to participate in this HR Roundtable. Before I conclude my welcome note, I would like to express our gratitude to National HR Network Pune chapter, especially its leader Ms. Anjali Bais and her team, and also Mr. Tope of Pune Management Association. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a hearty welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Now may I request Mr. Ajay Soni, Asia Pacific Practice Leader for Leadership Consulting at Aon Hewitt, to please join me on stage for our keynote address. Mr. Ajay Soni's expertise lies in organizational effectiveness and human resources strategy and increasing growth through innovation. He has 22 years of experience in human resources, encompassing both internal business partnerships and consulting roles. Ajay has offered consulting services to over 150 organizations in the areas of large-scale change management, organizational restructuring, visioning, high-performance workforce, and HR effectiveness projects. He has also been involved with top-notch companies for studies on leadership for many years now, and is currently leading the study for the Asia-Pacific region. He is a B.Tech, Mechanical Engineering, and he did his Masters in Business Administration from IIM Ahmedabad. Over to you for the keynote session.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Dr. Chaturvedi. Today I wanted to, as I was coming in, K.K. Sinha, who's been actually the thinker of this entire process, he reminded me that this is the 11th such conference we are doing. And so my memory went back to 3 years back, when I was traveling in Gurgaon on a car, and Mr. Sinha called me, and he said that, Ajay, we want to do something, some kind of conference, we want to, give back to the industry, something in the area of HR. So, what do you think you should be doing? I was at that time just finishing research that we conduct, which we call as Top Company for Leaders. And so my mind was very fresh with leadership stuff. And so I said, something about leadership. And he said, what do you think? I said, art and science of leadership. So, sir, I got reminded of that. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to be partnering with you on this journey. So we've done 10 such conferences. The other thing again was on 4th of December when Delhi was going on elections. Again, we got together at Bintech in Noida to take stock of where we are. We've talked about many different sub-themes here. What you see here written as Leadership the India Way. In other conferences, it has been said succession planning, leadership brand, careers, and many other aspects that are there as a part of leadership. So many topics we've covered, and what should we talk about next? And I said, you know what, we need to be global leaders, and why don't we talk about global leaders? Or, diversity is becoming a very important aspect of leadership, and why not diversity and innovation? And Ajay, all this is bunka. We are Indians, and we need to talk about the India way of leadership. I said, no, it doesn't. This is old, done, nothing new, but let's keep going. But Mr. Sinha wouldn't let go of it for half an hour. He kept coming back and saying, we would go somewhere else, and then he would come back and say, India leadership way. And so then I saw the light. So thank you, sir, for the second time. On both, what is written over there is because of Mr. Sinha. So thanks for that. We have also corrected ourselves. We've done 10 such conferences, almost 3 years now. We've never come to Pune, right? So we've corrected that. We are very glad to be with all of you, and thank you for being here. Just before I got in here, we were doing a small chit-chat. Mr. Kamal Singh was there, and he was mentioning about a recent, very elite thought leader who came into Pune, and there was a presentation by him, which was without any PowerPoint. To compensate for that, I'm going to have a PowerPoint. PowerPoint is going to be one slide, but you will see that at the end. Before that, there are 24 slides. So with that, I'd like to start. What I have done here, because we were so passionate about it, by the end of the day, when we ended, clearly Arvind Kejriwal had won the Delhi election. We didn't know at that time, but also we were sold on this theme. And so I was so excited that we went in 6 weeks. Then I've been thinking about this, and I've been working on this. And this, every word that you see here is brand new. This is nothing has been recycled. We looked at the secondary research. We looked at primary research that ARPU does, which is both top company for leaders as well as best employers. And we came up basis that with this. So pardon me if some of this looks data heavy, but we did want to make a point and share what we've learned over the past 6 weeks from this research. What I'm going to do is, first of all, we are going to talk about what is India culture and what is the leadership attributes that constitute leaders here. Those are two aspects that I'll cover. And then go into